So what's been helpful for me actually is when I think about some of the science around how these muscles activate, is then kind of thinking about the positions and the planes and directions and what then might help with regards to exercise prescription. And using Karen's work, I've tried to sort of summarize this within a table here. So if you're putting people into a prone lying position, you can think essentially when you're moving the arms into a pattern of extension. So let's say, for instance, I'm prone over the bed, I'm holding my arm out over the edge of the bed. I'm having to actively do a pattern of extension, otherwise my arm would drop down to the floor. So in a pattern of extension, we know that the subscap muscles are working harder as stabilizers, but you also now are asking your scapular muscles to work harder as stabilizing muscles. So prone lying can be regarded as a good position to help to improve scapular stability and also to enhance more stabilizing effect of the subscap. In a supine lying position where you're supported on the bed and you're moving the arm in a forward position, you're moving in a pattern of flexion. And so therefore you could argue that it's the posterior rotator cuff that's stabilizing more in that position. When I'm in standing and I'm doing patterns of forward flexion, then my posterior cuff is stabilizing. My scapular muscles are also stabilizing against the action of the rotator cuff. And when I start to perform flexion higher than 90 and above shoulder height, then I also have to get my scapular muscles to upwardly rotate. So the scapular muscles start to work as both stabilizers and movers. In an abduction position, when I'm doing loading, then I know that all my rotator cuff is switching on. And again, my scapula is working to stabilize me. More complex movements, such as being able to abduct and rotate, requires the ability of one part of the cuff, probably the posterior cuff, to be able to work in a mover role to externally rotate me, but then also means that the anterior cuff and superior cuff are having to stabilize me. And simultaneously, the scapular muscles are holding and stabilizing me in order for the rotator cuff to be able to perform.